Okay, everyone, welcome to our, and is this the 19th team call symbol? Last time I think you said 18th. Or maybe I misread that. Misheard you, but
I just said the date, Kate.
oh, I was like, wow, how did she count all those calls? But anyways, it's October 25th then. I don't know what team call this is. We've been doing them for a while, but tonight we're going to be talking about getting your new coaches started right. And this is a great topic, really for people who want to build a business and hobby coaches, mostly business builders. But new coaches that are listening in, use this as a way to learn where to go when you want to find information that you need. And you're not going to remember everything that we're sharing, but if you know where to go, you can find the answers. And that's key to being successful as a coach, is knowing and being proactive to find the information you need. So I'm going to be doing a screen share most of this call, but just so you kind of get an idea. Okay, hold on one second. Just so you kind of get an idea, when you are building your team, it's a process. And every new coach that comes to your team is very different. You're going to have different personalities, different goals, different everything. And knowing and learning how to best motivate and mentor each coach is something that you'll just learn along the way. You won't be perfect at it right away, and it's okay. We've created a system that will hopefully help you at least to know what information to provide. I love it. I once heard, I think it was Melanie Mitro, share that onboarding new coaches or getting them started is like a ballet. Like, you have to learn how to dance with them. You have to be a dance partner with them and go at the pace that they want to go. And that's key to helping them find success. And it's also important to know that because every coach is different and they all have different goals, you have to focus on their goals, not your goals. So when you're focusing just on, maybe it's someone who just wants to sign up for the discount and they just really want to focus on maybe making a major weight loss or helping their family get fit and teaching their kids, those can be their goals. It's not necessarily someone who wants to grow this huge business and build a full-time income. So you have to really connect with what they share with you as their goals and be able to dance with them and mentor with them based on their goals instead of yours. And when you're continually focusing on their goals, you're going to meet your goals because you're doing the right thing that's right for them and you're helping them find success. And that's what you do as a mentor, is you help them find success. So number one, just make sure that you are focusing on their why. And we'll go through how to learn that and get that information in this process. But a few other things is your role is to help them get connected to the team, to make them feel like they're part of this family and that they're included, because we have a lot of fun. So when you come on a team call, when you show up at events, you become part of that team culture. And the more that you can be part of that, the more you get out of being part of a team. And when you get more out of being part of a team, you're going to find more success, you're going to learn from others, and it's just more fun. So making them feel connected, making them feel special. So your role is to recognize them and give them shout outs and help them know like they are completely amazing. Like, it's fun to send messages to coaches when they're doing something awesome, whether it's business related, fitness related, or maybe they just got a new job and it's not even related to coaching at all. Your role is to just be their cheerleader. You're not their manager. And that's like a weight off of your shoulders. You're their mentor and their supporter and their cheerleader. So you're going to be their guide so that they don't feel overwhelmed. That's one of the biggest reasons I think a lot of people quit, is they feel scared and overwhelmed once they get all this information in front of them. I remember I was the type that like dug in. So for me, right when I started, it was really hard for me to connect with newer coaches that like didn't just dig in and like find all the information. So you have to learn to work with different personalities and know that your goal is to just help them not feel overwhelmed and give them like breadcrumbs of information. Don't share everything all at once, or don't go too far into details about volume or Success Club or going Emerald if you don't need to at that point. And then the other piece is that you want to make sure that they're remembering themselves in this process. So you are always their coach in their health and fitness journey as well. So never miss that piece when they sign up for the discount, whether they're a business builder. Make sure that you're also helping them stay accountable to their fitness goals. And then recognition. So that goes back to making them feel special. It's your role to celebrate them when they go Emerald. It's your role to celebrate them, not rank based, but when they're doing other things, to give them shout outs on social media. So I'm going to go in and go to, if you didn't notice, we did a live video last week to share with you something that we've rolled out as leaders, and that is our new coach onboarding process. And basically, you can find everything that you need in the cover photo of our team page. So your goal as a new coach is going to be to get your new team member to the team page. And I'll be going through the steps. But for you, I came to this page first because you're already in the team page, right? Because you're on this call. But I added in, and this is not finished, but I added it because I think you can still get a lot of great information from it. And this is where you're going to find the new coach onboarding process. So number 6, our team Google Drive. And I'll probably change that link after this call just in case anybody, I want it to be private, so it's just our team. So whenever you need it, go to that cover photo to access it, and it won't change after that. I just was like, I want it to be ours and our team, and nobody else can access it. So here's our team Google Drive. If you haven't used it, I suggest you get very familiar with using Google Drive. There's a lot of information that I know Christy and Sindel and I want to put in here, that we're going to put in here, but there's still some good things to start using. And the new coach onboarding process is in this recruiting folder. You can also see over here, there's a new coaches start here. So when you have a new coach that joins this Google Drive, you can always direct them to this spot. But you're going to go to the recruiting tab, and then you're going to go to the new coach onboarding process. And that's going to bring you to start here. So pretty simple, right? Okay, so this is just a basic checklist of what to go through. Step 1, this gives you exact directions on how to get your coaches signed up. So I'm not going to go into depth about this one because that's like the details, but this gives you clear, specific, written out instructions that you can share, whether they're purchasing a challenge pack or whether they're just getting Shakeology or whether they've purchased a challenge pack in the past, all different kinds of things. Step 2 is to send them a welcome email. So this is going to be the first touch when they first join your team. And that's going to include an About Me form, a link to the team page, the new coach checklist, and then make sure that you direct them to the cover photo for next steps. So if you click this link, it will take you to an example of a welcome email. And in the welcome email, I've just updated it because of our new process. You can make this your own. This is just suggested, hey, welcome to the team. You want to write something personal to them. But the first step, and I send this to every type of coach. whether they sign up for the discount or they're a business builder, or I think they're one of those. I don't really ultimately know. But the first step is finding out what type of coach they are, right? So your role is to learn how you can best motivate and support them based on their goals. So in the email, it lists out, what are the 3 types of coaches that we have on our team. And it shares, I put this as me, I should probably highlight that. But most likely if you're sending a welcome email, you're a business builder. So the other piece, instead of this area when you're asking them or sharing what type of coaches we have on our team, you can also make this a YouTube video. And that's click here to learn a little bit more about the 3 types of coaches on our team. And that gives it a personal touch. They're hearing from you directly. It can be a 2-minute video that you can literally make sure that you have energy and are fun in it. Don't just read off a script, but you can share these tidbits that are from here, and you can make your email just have a link to a YouTube video. And then it goes into the next steps. So the first is for them to let you know what type of coach they are, because then you can help them, right, in the next steps. And sometimes I think that when we have coaches join, especially when you're just starting out, it's easy to just invite them to the discount opportunity, and they may think, oh, well, then that's all that they see me as. That person only sees me as a discount coach. They never invited me to the actual coaching opportunity, the business opportunity. So this allows you to passively invite them to the coaching opportunity as well. And they can learn a little bit more about each different type of coach. So they should respond back to you, or you're asking them to respond back to you. You give them a link to the team page and to check out the cover photo, and then schedule a time to connect via a Zoom call. And originally, so first, I should say, they may not respond back, right? So just like you have challengers or people that are interested in challenging, you might send them this email and they don't respond back, right? And that can be frustrating. And I don't know why people do it, because they sign up and then they don't respond. So you want to make sure that you follow up with them within 2 days and say, hey, I just wanted to check in. I sent you the email. I wanted to make sure that you saw it. Did you have any questions? So that they get back to you. And some people may not. They just signed up for the discount. They don't want to have anything to do with anything else, and that's fine. But you'll learn a little bit later from something new that Symbol is doing, that it's still important to connect with them via this Zoom call. And that's another thing. I try to do a getting started right call with all of my new coaches, and I put it out there. But if they don't schedule a call with me, I don't chase after them, because you have to value your time and they have to value your time. So you're putting it out there, in that message I'll say, let me know if you want to, I'd like to do a getting started right call with you. But I don't chase people down, and I don't recommend doing that either, because it can be frustrating and it's not necessarily worth your time. And some people just don't want to get on a video call. So be okay with that. And then the fourth is, if you chose to be a hobby or business builder, download your new coach checklist and this About Me form. And these link to the About Me forms and the new coach checklist. And that's it. Thanks. I'm excited for you to join the team. And then at the bottom, I have the Save for Your Records. And this is where you'll want to insert their coach ID, their screen name, and then, or not their screen name with their web store as well. So right here. So you want to fill that in so that they have that easily accessible. So it's pretty simple. I mean, you just have to do something personal for them. You could do a video if you wanted to, because it makes it more personal that way than writing it all out. And then start that communication back and forth. So when they go to the cover photo or to the team page, they're going to get this new coach checklist. And it's also in the email that you sent as well. So you're giving them 2 ways to find it. There's no way that they wouldn't have access to this. And the reason we put it in the cover photo is that some new coaches might join with someone who isn't an active coach or isn't a business builder. And so this connects them to our team and helps them get started, even if their upline coach isn't actively working their business. So the new coach checklist, you guys can go through it on your own, just so you know what's in there. You should always know what you're sending your new coaches. And if you want to start your own thing and do something different, that's cool too. But this makes it easy for you, and we do a lot of things as a team to make it easier for you. Please use this. Setting up their direct deposit, setting up the website, setting up their profile, getting a personal development book, and then the next step is accessing the new coach training. And that's the other piece. So we always have a live training, and right now we're holding it monthly, the first Monday of every month. This one will be on November 7th, just because the month falls funny because of Halloween. But there's also now a go at your own pace training, and these links work within this document. So they can access the go at your own pace training. They have to request to join, but it's really simple. It's the same training. They access it and they start with the Getting Started Right. They can watch these and they're asked to tag their coach. So if you have new coaches that are joining your team, I highly recommend that you just join this group so they can tag you and you know what's going on when they're going through the training. So I recommend that you all join this group so that your new coaches can tag you and you can help them as they go through the process. And if you haven't went through the training, this is a great way to get started before the live one starts if you're wanting to jump in right away. So, sorry, my screen share pops down in the way. And then the other option, which is probably the best option, is to get into a live training unless they just joined a week after the live training started. Just because we are more active in there, there's always been posts or always, leaders within there that are helping answer questions. It's just more active and you can get to know your new coaches as well. And then these are just additional groups and reminders. So you can go through like military veteran coaches, North Dakota residents, where you can get their fees waived if they haven't already. So, and now the links are in that email, but if you ever needed to access them to send, you can just go to this welcome email. And then this down arrow allows you to download these things, so you could save them to your computer as well. And then here are a few extras. One thing that I personally do, and I don't use Google Drive for it anymore, but I do a new coach application. So before somebody joins my team, I ask them to complete this application so that I can get to know them better as well. So you are welcome. You don't need to do this right away, but this is another option as you grow your business. I like to have everything in an Excel spreadsheet. So it's easier for me to go back and be like, okay, what was this person's goals? I'm not flipping through forms. Other options, your new coaches are going to get this business starter tracker in the training. And then this doesn't need to be attached to the welcome email. It was something that we used to do, but it just gives them information on, modifying. So these aren't necessary, but extras. And then this is the About Me form that you also attach to the welcome email and ask them to complete and fill out and return back to you before you have a phone call. And the reason why you want it back before you have a phone call is so that you can guide your conversation. You know what their background is. Sometimes we go through the groups and then it's like you know people well on certain things, but there's maybe something that they haven't shared with you. And the goal is to really dig deep when you have that first phone call with them so that you get to know their why and their story and you help them develop what their why is. And it also just helps you guide, like, what are the goals of this new coach? Okay, So part of that was you gave them the link to join the team page, but I also recommend, like, if they haven't or if they're ready to go ahead and add them to the team page. You can add them as well, but that way they always have some way to get in there and get to that cover photo. But when you add them, you want to welcome them to the team. Like, you want to give them a big welcome so they feel a part of it, and so we can all celebrate them and welcome them to the team. So if you click this link, and I'm not going to really spend much time in it, but here's examples of what coaches have done in the past with a few app options that you can design. And there's a link to the post so you can actually see what was written about that person, just to give you ideas of, like, what do I want to share about her, what makes them special. Sometimes it helps to just read those so you know what to share about a coach that's joining the team. So make sure you introduce them. And then scheduling the Getting Started Right call. And this call, more than anything, is about getting to know them. You can get into business pieces and all of that, but the guts of your call is going to be welcoming them, sharing your personal story, why you're a coach, and then asking them to share their why. And then whatever is left, you go through this second section, the 4 vital behaviors, the success club, but you have to gauge it based on what their goals are. This is for hobby coach and business builder coach. So if they're a hobby coach, you might not want to go too much into Success Club, or Emerald used to be on here, but it's not anymore. So you want to gauge what you're going to share, but the key piece is to talk about their why and their vision. And something new, and I'm going to just quickly turn it over to Sindel, that she has added in is doing Getting Started Right calls with her discount coaches as well. So I'm going to stop my share quickly so Sindel pops up and can just share what she's doing and what it's been successful for her.
Hey guys, thanks Kate. So this is something I really truly recently started doing because I noticed I was having people sign up for the discount, and then I think I was just kind of letting them run their own race, so to speak. It wasn't that I really stopped coaching them. I was kind of like, hey, do you want to join this group? Whatever. But I really wasn't being actively engaging with them and making sure they were setting their goals. And I wasn't holding them accountable anymore. I kind of went with this mentality of, well, they signed up for the discount. They kind of know what they're doing. They're going to drink their shake. They're going to do their workout, blah, blah, blah. And I was finding that people they were quitting. Like altogether, they were canceling their coaching, like canceling everything, even though they love Shakeology, they love the programs, they weren't doing them. And it was because I honestly I kind of quit being a coach for them. So what I've been doing is all of my discount coaches, I've been going and doing Zoom calls with them or a phone call, whatever they prefer. So far, everybody's opted for a Zoom call. And I'm really just narrowing it down to what are their goals and how can I help them? And everybody I've talked to so far has been pretty totally gung-ho with actually setting up a monthly goal and staying within an accountability group with me. That way I can make sure and keep track and help them reach their goals, because you guys, I wasn't helping them actually reach their goal and get the results they wanted. I was just letting them fly on their own, and it wasn't really fair to them. So that's kind of what I've been doing. It's been really successful so far. Like I said, this is totally brand new to what I've been doing, but it seems to be really engaging people. And I've noticed people that were discount coaches that they went inactive because they stopped doing Shakeology, they're active again now. And they're getting the results that they wanted, even though they maybe disappeared for even 6 months, some of them. So that's what I've been doing. It's been pretty simple. And I will get a little checklist put together for it, because it's really basics of, okay, what is your goal? We talk about a physical goal. We talk about a mental goal. We talk about kind of that personal development. And really, truly, you can break this down into less than 20 minutes and then see what their big goal is, because a lot of my discount coaches have they want to lose 50 or 100 pounds, you guys. So it's easier to break it down into that monthly thing. So for a lot of them, depending on what their program is, I'm telling them, okay, we're going to do 5 pounds each month. That's the goal. That's it. And really setting them up mentally that this is going to take a while, because a lot of people just, if it's not quick, they're gone. So I think it mentally prepares them more than anything. So that's what I've been doing.
I love it. And I love like the goal, like even mentally preparing them, like they're small goals, but then when you look at like, okay, 5 months from now, that's a big difference. That's a big change. So I love it. And I'm excited to see where it goes, and I'm going to adopt your new strategy. So
well, I'm excited to actually be holding people accountable to the goals that they're wanting to do, because I really realized in myself that I wasn't being as good of a coach as I could be. So I think it'll be a good benefit for everybody. If you're a new coach, like start doing that right away with your people, because it's going to help, guys. It's going to help engage you too, because it's frustrating when you have somebody quit and you're like, why? They've been doing Shakeology for like a year. Why would they quit? And then you're like, well, it's because I wasn't helping them. Like it's us. Like it really, truly, that's where it comes back to. So
I love it.
anyways,
Thank you.
I'll turn back over to you, Katie.
Okay. I'm just going to quickly get through this because you know where everything is at. Okay, so there's your steps for the Getting Started Right call, and we'll ask Sindel just to share a document when she has it ready of what she covers, even if it's just 4 bullet points, because it's so specific to that person. And we'll put like discount coach, Getting Started Right call, a link for that here. And then talk to your new coach about the next basics training, basics challenge training, and determine what's right for them. So you guys, it all is trying to intertwine and connect. So sign up your new coach up for the training. And we used to do this in the past, and I'm bringing it back, ladies. If you were in the team page, you may have already saw it. But we've got so many coaches on our team that I want to make sure nobody gets missed if they're a new coach. So if you are the upline coach and they want to do a training, add them in here. Or if you're a new coach and your upline doesn't add you, or you're a go-getter and you just want to put your name in, add your name in here for the November 7th start basics training. And then we'll continue this going. Hold me to that, because I think that it's a great way, because I don't want anyone to go missing. So once they get into that, here we go, start here. Once they get into that training, here's the thing. Some people are going to drop off. Some people are going to get busy. Life gets busy. So it's always important to remember that your role is that your new coach doesn't feel overwhelmed. So if they don't get through all the trainings, that's okay. Make sure the main goal is that you are connected to their why, what their goals are, and if they want to build a business or they're a hobby coach, focus on the challenge group. You're going to run a challenge group with your new coach that first month that they're getting started. That is key. The challenge groups are vital to the success of a business, but more importantly, to the success of your coach's own health and wellness. So I try to tell all of my coaches, like, you should be running a challenge group every single month. I do it not just because, of my business goals, but also if I don't have a challenge group that I'm in, my health and wellness goals also fall. Like it's not just about if you find, 5 people or 3 people to do a challenge with. We have a team and we do team challenges too. So you're also able to tap into those. If you are a leader, I highly recommend that you take the lead and you run a challenge with your downline, your new coach. They can participate in the team challenge too, but it's even better when it's you two doing that together, or you and 2 new coaches doing it together, just because you're their leader and you want to be their leader. So it's important that you do that as well. But we do have the team challenge, and we keep them on the calendar because those ensure that you always have a challenge going on, and it gives you a good date to set your challenge. Whether you do it with the team or not, that doesn't matter. But it kind of is like, hey, this is a great time to do a challenge group. Okay. So that's kind of that that piece is they're going to be overwhelmed. They may not get through the trainings, but make sure that you are checking in with them at least once a week so that they know and you can help answer questions and just keep them on the right path and keep them inspired and motivated. But also know that when people don't continue, that's normal as well too. There's a statistics. I think it's statistic. It is 10%. So 10% of your coaches are going to stick with this as business builders or hobby coaches. So don't get frustrated or worried when someone doesn't finish the training. They may do it next month. And just be there for them, be their mentor, and offer what you can. But don't let it impact you personally, because ultimately there's nothing that you can do. I was actually talking with Beth. I should go off of screen share, but I was talking with my success partner today, and we all, well, not we all, me and a few other coaches that we were like talking about, we're like, I don't know like how in depth I was with a training when I first started, or how close of a relationship maybe I had with my upline coach when I first started. They may have not had the same goals as me or whatever that was, but we were go-getters and we did it anyways. You know, so some coaches, a lot of coaches, they're going to either do it or not do it. But you still want to provide them the resources and the tools to be successful. But you can't take it personally when somebody doesn't, because it might not be right for somebody as well. But a majority of the coaches that I was thinking about was like, they didn't finish a training, or they went and found all the answers themselves. They didn't have a guide or a coach that was even inviting them to a training. So it's okay if someone leaves, and know that there are go-getters. There are people out there just like you. It's a matter of the more people you invite, the more people you're going to find like you. And that's what it comes down to. So the 6th is encourage your coach after they finish the training to do the next Emerald training. You might even have coaches that are in the basics. They didn't finish it, or they just started and they want to do this. If they're go-getters, let them in, tell them join. Sindel had, I don't know who it was last month, but they joined the training. Brianna is just joined, and she joined the diamond training. She went Emerald really quick. She's like, I want to do this. And she did it. So you have to gauge each individual person and know kind of what their goals are, just like I've mentioned a lot. And then the next piece is recognition. So you can click these links to get samples of how to recognize your coaches. It just gives you ideas and what to recognize for. There's a lot of ideas on here. But make sure that you're using the team page. Recognize them on the team page. So somebody advances to diamond or they advance to emerald, share that on the team page too, because that gets our whole team excited. And people know about it then, and they can celebrate them on the team. And that's kind of what this culture is for. So make sure that you're, some people will do gifts when they hit a certain rank, or if someone has an awesome month, send them a personal development book, or, do something special. The final piece, and I should share this real quick. Sorry. There we go. This is new, but I'm super excited about it. I got it from an idea from another coach. But then when you have a coach that goes emerald, let's see, where did I put this? This is in the team support. And oh no. Nope, it's not in that one either. Okay, I'll pull it up. Hold on. Is this Emerald Coach About Me? So once you have a coach that goes Emerald, you want to celebrate them, and it doesn't mean, oh, I gotta fix this. It doesn't mean that you're gonna like go out and buy them a coach purse or whatever. But if they someday advance to an awesome rank and they're doing amazing things, you have this information about your coach, about their favorite things. Like, what's their love language? Maybe they just like to be celebrated, like words of affirmation. Maybe they'd rather spend a weekend with you at the lake if you live close by. So these are kind of like a fun way, and I think it gets people excited as well. It's like, oh, fun. Like, it's fun to be spoiled. So this you can share with your new Emerald coaches, or create it differently and make it your own if you want to share it with different, more than just Emerald coaches. But I think it's a good guideline. Like, they've kind of hit that mark, and then you give them kind of something fun to think about and to dream about in the future. Okay, so the key thing is cover photo, right? You can access everything you need. The checklist, the trainings, the Google Drive. And we'll be adding way more information into there as we go. And if you have something you want to add that. Don't feel like this is a team thing, like we want to learn from each other. But this is more of like the structural, how to get your coaches started right. And just remember, like, every coach is different, and you have to kind of know their love language and know what type of personality they are in order to best help them. Does anybody have any questions? I was thinking I should start giving out prizes for questions because nobody asked them. Oh, and it's 9:43. So if you have to pop off, that's awesome. Fine. I totally get it. But we'll just go into questions. I'm going to turn off the record feature. Bye, guys.